Hey there, this is Darren, founder at Denzity. Welcome to Denzity Insights, where we interview real estate experts for their expertise and opinions and help you to learn more about all things real estate. This is one of the many parts of the full interview we had with OHK, our trusted marketing agency to give you a broad stroke on digital marketing, specifically to the real estate sector. We break the episodes up so you can find specific titles that may interest you. You can find the full interview and more about the guests in the show notes or our blog, www.denzity.io/blog. As always, you can find everything we mentioned in this episode in the show notes, including our thoughts, more about the guests, and all the tips and tricks. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button like you mean it to get our regular updates. Now, take a deep breath and buckle up for the show. Hope you enjoy.
I think like me and Pat, we always kind of advocate like performance marketing, and I think search, like SEM search, is the main kind of channel, right? Exactly, to really test the waters. Because I mean, you don't really lie to search engines, right? When you search for like food that you want to build or try, you just type that into Google. Yeah. Whereas, with a physical form, you can just kind of like blur your answers, so the results aren't really accurate. So the good thing about search engine is that it's always accurate and genuine. Mm-hmm. So the reason why we always advocate doing search first is because you get a taste of like what the market is like in terms of like how many traffic is the industry that you're in popular, is it responsive, how many people are searching. So you get a gut feeling before you start really planning and spending the cash.
Right. At the same time, search engine marketing, you can get lots of data because people like searching honestly, in the search engine. So you can get those search terms, search volume, how many clicks, and you can also calculate the cost per click because Google, for example, it charge per click. So you can really limiting your budget and utilize those budget for the traffic. So I think we suggest always SEM, search engine marketing is the first thing to go to get information or to convert some traffic first to obtain the data. Yeah.
And then being Baidu friendly, obviously a different art. Yeah. What do you think of Baidu? Is it worth it? How do you do it differently? And obviously, I'm sure there's going to be a huge essay if you want to talk about how to do it. But what are some kind of quick tips for you from your side?
Right. Baidu is the only. I think it's the major search engine you can use in China. You can use Google, legally. And for Baidu, first of all, you need to have a simplified Chinese website for sure. If you want to have a good ranking in the search engine, and then you need to implement some of the tactics. For the SEO tactics, for example, you should have a relevant content with simplified Chinese keywords in your website, and at the same time you need to be very mobile friendly these days. You have to, and and you also need to get some license from the Chinese government to have a proper official Chinese website launching in the mainland. So these are the tips. Very similar to Google SEO, but at the same time a bit different because you need to have a different language to use and different kind of tactics and be very mobile friendly.
Wow, I didn't know it's that technical. It sounds so that means that if you're there's no simplified Chinese in your website, you can't be crawled by Baidu then, am I correct?
You can still crawl by Baidu, but the main objective is you want to attract Chinese audience, right? Yeah. So the more Chinese audience flow into your website, you can get higher ranking. So if you just purely use, for example, English or Spanish, so that you can only target those minority of Chinese visitors or citizens. So your ranking will be much lower. So I not recommend. You need to have a simplified Chinese website.
I see. By the way, guys, for audience to learn about crawling is not what you think. Actually, let me try doing crawling. So crawling is program machine copy and paste to get the wording. Am I correct? Is that how you explain it?
It's the search engine sending the bots and crawling your website. And the data, the metadata, and then ranking different things. That is the robot and the crawling part.
Thanks for watching. Majority of you don't stick around this far. So we're flattered and truly appreciate your attention. To return the favor, let us tell you our thought on this episode. From talking to many clients, a lot of them find investing in SEO and SEM effective. But most of them tend to work with agencies instead of DIY. Since there is so much to understand and to do, such as writing content, many real estate professionals tend to outsource. I wish this episode talked more about the technicalities such as keyword searches and how to create content based on the target keywords. I also would like to learn more about the pros and cons of investing in SEO and SEM compared to investing in social media platforms. We have a more detailed version of our thoughts in the show note. Beside that, you can find more about the guests and all the tips and tricks we have mentioned in the show note too. Well, what do you think? Let us know in the comments section. Fun fact, do you know that more than 85% of you have subscribed to this show yet? Subscribe now to keep getting good stuff from us. Thanks for watching. What do you think of this episode? Please let us know in the comment below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button to keep in touch with us for upcoming videos. But before we go, I want to give a big shout out to Patina Design Lab. They're the one who help us in making our brand, our direction, as well as these videos. They are a strategic design consultancy firm that help businesses with a wide range of design services, from industrial design, branding, graphic design, art direction, content creation, and many more. They are a very talented bunch, and I urge you to check out their website for their work. That's all for today, and see you next time. Cheers.